March 24, 2015. Barcelona Airport, Spain. Germanwings Flight 9525 was preparing its return flight to Dusseldorf, Germany.
Wind 30 at 16, runway 31 left, clear to land.
The pilot in command, Captain Patrick Sondenheimer, 34-year-old, had 6,000 flight hours of flying experience, and flying Airbus A320 for Germanwings, Lufthansa, and Condor Airline. The co-pilot Andreas Lubitz, 27-year-old, joined Germanwings in September 2013, and had 630 flight hours of experience. On board the flight, 6 crew members and 144 passengers. The same crew had made the inbound flight, taking off from Dusseldorf at 6:01 and landed in Barcelona at 7:55. The takeoff from Barcelona took place at 9 o'clock from runway 07 right. The co-pilot was the pilot flying the plane. After takeoff, the crew engaged the autopilot and the auto thrust while climbing. The flight was then at its cruising altitude of 38,000 feet, 27 minutes from takeoff. The flight crew was in contact with Marseille Control Center on frequency 133.33. At 9:30, the captain read back the air traffic controller's clearance, allowing him to fly direct to Irmer Waypoint, which was the last communication between Germanwings Flight 9525 and the air traffic control. At 9:30, the captain told the co-pilot that he was leaving the cockpit and asked him to take over radio communications. When the captain left the cockpit, the selected altitude on the flight control unit changed in 1 second, from 38,000 feet to 100 feet, then the auto thrust changed to idle mode. The airplane started to descend, and both engines' speed decreased. The speed management of flight changed from managed mode to selected mode. 1 second later, the selected target speed changed to 308 knots, while the airplane's speed was 273 knots. The airplane speed started to increase with a rate of descent reaching 5,000 feet per minute, then the selected speed decreased to 288 knots. Over the following 13 seconds, the value of this target speed changed 6 times until it raised again 302 knots. The airplane was at an altitude of 30,000 feet in descent when the controller noticed the changes in altitude and speed. The controller asked the crew about the cruising level they were cleared for, but there was no answer from the aircraft. 3 minutes later, at 10:34, the captain was trying to get access to the flight deck. He entered the access code on the keypad outside the cockpit, but the access was denied from inside the cockpit. In that time, the aircraft was descending and passing an altitude of 25,000 feet. The CCTV camera inside the flight deck transmitted the captain's image to a monitor screen inside the cockpit. But the co-pilot did not react and denied the access to the captain. The captain tried to make a call more than 4 times from the cabin interphone, but the co-pilot did not answer. The captain and cabin crew members knocked the cockpit door, but there was no response from the cockpit. Between 9:35 and 9:37, the Marseille Control Center tried to contact the Germanwings Flight 9525 3 times on the emergency frequency 121.5, and on 2 occasions on frequency 127.8, but there was no response from the cockpit. Between 9:38 and 9:39, On 3 occasions, an air traffic controller from the French Air Defense tried to contact Germanwings Flight 9525 on the emergency frequency 121.5, but there was no response. When the aircraft was close to the mountains, the cabin crew from outside tried to break the door, but it was not possible. The flight crew of another airplane tried to contact the Germanwings Flight 9525, but there was no response. At 9:41, the aircraft crashed into the mountain, killing everyone on board. The investigation was done by the Bureau of Inquiry and Analysis for Civil Aviation Safety France. According to the report, the collision with the ground was due to the deliberate and planned action of the co-pilot, who decided to commit suicide while alone in the cockpit. The process for medical certification of pilots, in particular self-reporting in case of decrease in medical fitness, did not succeed in preventing the co-pilot, who was experiencing mental disorder with psychotic symptoms, of losing his ability to fly as a professional pilot.